Hi, welcome to Cooking with Bubbles. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Rodney. Let's get started.
Sounds good. By that we mean get these bubbles open.
Get these bubbles that aren't Prosecco.
Right.
So dry January's been a bit of a drag, but we are 2 weeks in. We're in the second half of it. So you and I will be back to enjoying our Prosecco on Sunday in 2 weeks. So even though we're not imbibing with actual alcohol, we encourage our audience to. So this would be a great time to get your bubbles open and enjoy this episode with us.
Sounds
Cheers.
Good.
Clink.
Wow.
Very refreshing.
It is. So I'm glad we're getting to have bubbles one way or the other, at least. Ever since we have, been staying at home more, it's been a challenge, obviously. But this is one way we still get together and drink our bubbles, and we get to cook or bake every week, which I like. So that's fun.
Well, you like it because you're cleaning up your own kitchen instead of cleaning up after me and mine.
I think there's probably just as much of a mess, whether I'm cleaning yours or mine. Doesn't matter.
That is very true. So Lisa, What are we making today?
So today we're going to make hash brown egg cups. And I know it's something that you've made before, so I'm going to kind of follow your lead a little bit. And I hope that you'll tell me what you're going to put in yours.
Yeah, so I have made these before, and we talked a little bit about your recipe that you actually have, and we'll get that posted.
Yeah.
I've never used a recipe. I've just kind of winged it. So I'm actually modifying what I'm doing today to more closely match your recipe.
Okay.
But I'm going to be using hash browns, which of course is the basis for the recipe. I'm going to be putting in some cooked sausage that I've already pre-cooked, some bacon that I've already pre-cooked, some broccoli and onions that I have par-cooked because we are going to cook them a little bit more to heat them up, but we're not going to cook them a lot. My eggs, of course, cheese and salt and pepper. And I expect that at some point I'm going to be going back to the office to work and not working at home every single day. So these cups are a really quick, easy breakfast in the morning before jetting out the door and going to work without having to heat up the stove. All you have to do is microwave them and you're good to go.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I like to have something that's quick and easy too before I start my day. And something like that you just said that you can grab and go sounds like a winner. I like it.
Yeah. And you have an actual recipe, right? And that's kind of what you're basing this on. And you and I talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, I do. And it basically says, you need 6 eggs. That's the basis of it, and about a half a cup of milk. And really beyond that, the sky's the limit as far as what you're going to actually put in it. So I've got a little different combination than what you just talked about, but it'll be good.
Yeah, they will be equally delicious no matter what.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the first step when we are making these, and I'm going to just move my stuff around a little bit on my counter here to make some space. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull out our muffin tin and we're going to grease it with nonstick cooking spray. And I've already done that with mine.
Me too.
So mine is all ready to go. So I've already reconstituted my potatoes. These are hash browns that come in a dehydrated box, and you put hot water on them and let them sit for 10 or 12 minutes, and they reconstitute just like you already have shaved them off of a potato and cooked them a little bit. So they're really easy to use.
And you can also use frozen ones. According to my recipe, you can take a bag of frozen ones, get them thawed, and use that as the basis as well.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before. Recipes are a suggestion. They're not a hard and fast rule. You can do whatever works for you in your kitchen, in your busy life, and modify it, and be brave to modify your recipes, because we both are, that's for sure.
This is so simple. This is basically like you're making a quiche, or if you're doing scrambled eggs. It's got all the goodies in it. Yeah,
absolutely.
So what do you do?
So I'm going to just take a little bit of these hash browns that are already reconstituted and they're already par cooked. And I'm just going to smash them down into the bottom and up the sides of
Okay.
my muffin pan, my muffin cup. And you want to keep them, because we're gonna put a lot of other good stuff in this once we bake them. So we're gonna just smash the potatoes down in, make it come up the sides, and it's almost like creating a little mini crust. I've
Okay.
also heard these called like bird nests, breakfast cups, or something like that, because it does kind of resemble a bird's nest once they come out of the oven. So I'm just
So
going to do a couple of
after
these.
we get these put in here, we're gonna pop them in the oven for what, 20 minutes is what it says in the recipe.
Yeah, we're going to bake them for 20 minutes on 350. And while that's baking, we're going to start to prepare everything else that we're going to put together in a pan on the stove and cook it so that it's fully cooked. And then we're going to put them back into the baked cups and just bake them for a few more minutes just to heat everything up.
Okay.
And then we're going to have a delicious breakfast.
That sounds good. It sounds pretty simple.
Yeah. All right. So our potatoes have came out of the oven. One of the things that
Wow.
we ended up doing is they weren't quite getting as golden brown in the middle as we had hoped they would. So we ended up taking just a little bit of soft butter, and we each put a little dollop of soft butter in the middle of each one of our cups. And
Yeah.
it's really important to be brave and challenge your recipe and modify it as you go along if you're not getting
Yeah.
the results you think you should be getting. And I do think it helped a little bit, but it's definitely going to give it a good flavor with that butter in the bottom.
Absolutely. Butter's good. Butter's better.
Butter's better. All right, so we're going to put this to the side now, and we're going to start getting our egg mixture ready to cook.
Yeah.
So I've got my eggs here. I've already cracked them. I want to just talk a little bit about food safety while I'm whisking my eggs. So every carton of eggs comes with a date, right? And some people say, oh gosh, you don't use them after that date. Well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. You can, if you're questioning your eggs and whether or not they're safe to eat, all you have to do is put them in water, what's called float them. And if the egg floats to the top, then it is
Toss it.
been compromised. It has air inside it. That's why it floats, and you should not eat it. So toss it in the garbage.
Yeah.
It sinks to the bottom of your water. You're good. You can eat it. You don't want to do it like 3 months after the date, but a reasonable amount of time after the date, it's still safe to use them.
So you're saying if it
scrambling
walks
my
out of the
eggs,
refrigerator, if it walks out of the
it walks
refrigerator,
out
don't
and says,
eat it?
hey, where's my coffee?
Hey.
So Lisa, what are you putting in yours? I shared what I'm putting in mine. What are you putting in yours today?
All right, well, let me show you what I've got going on. I've got my eggs. I'm going to continue to beat those a little bit so they're nice and fluffy. But I've got a onion and broccoli mixture. I've got some bell pepper, yellow and red. I've got some green chilies, some bacon, some sausage, like hot sausage. I'll be putting cheddar and Monterey Jack. I've got some cilantro because I love cilantro. I've got some minced mushrooms, and then I'll be topping it up with some Monterey Jack. So those are some of the things, and I'm planning to put them all in. We'll see what happens when I get all my eggs mixed together.
Yeah. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cook our egg mixture until it is no longer wet, right? Till it's fairly dry, and then we're going to put in the other ingredients along with our cheese just to warm them, and then we're going to spoon that into the cups of hash browns.
Right.
Wow, cooking is hard work.
Right.
So we have finished cooking our egg mixture. Here's what mine looks like with the broccoli and the bacon, sausage, onion, and cheese. And Lisa, what was the process that you used to cook your mixture together?
Well, one of the cool things about this recipe I found is that I can use some of my leftovers. So I'd had like bacon that I didn't have, enough to maybe make a whole breakfast with. So I was able to reheat the bacon in the pan with my sausage in advance. So I heated up all my ingredients, my vegetables first, and my meats. And so then I added my egg and my cheese on top of that. So I did it a little bit,
Awesome.
different than the recipe called for. But that way I knew for a fact that my meat was going to be nice and heated and my vegetables were going to be cooked.
Great. Awesome.
So let me show you what mine looks like. Mine
Yeah.
has a lot of color in it.
Oh,
But
you got
that's
some
all the
reds
ingredients
in
that I
there.
had on the, I had all the ingredients that I showed you on the counter before.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So this will be ready to go. So now what are we
So
going to do?
our final step is we're going to spoon this cooked mixture into our cups.
Okay.
Put a little bit more cheese on top because there's no such thing as too much cheese, just like butter. And then we're going to put it back in the. Then we're going to put it back in the oven for 5 more minutes, and then it's going to be ready to eat.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm putting a heaping amount of egg mixture in mine because I've got it to spare.
Yeah, me too. Your egg is already cooked, so it's not going to puff up like typically when you bake uncooked eggs.
Right.
How it kind of puffs up, and that's not going to happen with this because it's already been cooked.
Oh, keep dropping it on the counter.
I need to let it rest for just a second. All right, now that we have filled our hash brown cups with the the egg mixture, sorry, and put cheese on top, we're ready to pop back in the oven for 5 minutes. You can see mine are finished here. Lisa, what do yours look like?
They look good. So I did Monterey Jack cheese on part and cheddar cheese on the other part.
Awesome. Great.
Okay.
Well, we're going to pop these back in the oven for 5 minutes and see how they look at the end.
Okay.
All right. Well, our breakfast cups have come out of the oven and they look delicious.
They do.
Look,
they look really good. Like I showed you before, they had 2 different kinds of cheeses. Now it's all nice and melted. And I garnished it with a little bit of fresh cilantro.
Wow.
So that'll be tasty.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it.
Right. I'm going to taste this. I'm going to put some hot sauce on mine too. So I've got half of an avocado. Yeah, I'm going to pop one out here. Comes out of the pan really easily.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they do. It comes out nice.
A little bit of the potato stayed in the pan. That's okay.
So did mine.
Put
a little bit of hot sauce on it.
Mmm.
Why not?
Look at that. Mine's very colorful with the avocado, the blue.
Oh my God, that looks so good. Yes. I do love avocado with mine. I just I don't have any, so today I'll be using some fresh fruit. I have a couple of slices of orange and some Tabasco on top of mine, or some hot sauce on top of mine.
A little taste here. Mm. You know that extra butter we put in the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
That was on point.
That's a good call.
Isn't that what the kids say? So delicious. Now I need some bubbles.
These are nice. They're very fluffy. And you know what? It was really simple to make. I could probably make this any day of the week. I don't have to wait for the weekend. And then just have them ready to go. And like you said, they freeze up nicely.
No doubt. And it's really good with whatever kind of bubbles you're having. It's delicious with that.
Love it.
Yum. That was a great recipe. I'm glad I changed it up a little bit.
So that's for today.
Yeah. We'd like to thank our virtual audience for joining today. Thank you so much to all of you for watching Cooking with Bubbles. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, and that's facebook.com/cookingwithbubbles.
And if you have any recommendations or suggestions for recipes, please send them to us. Our email address is cookingwithbubbles yahoo.com. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Rodney. See you next time.
Bye-bye.